Whoa, where am I? Am I dreaming? Awesome. Always wanted to have a lucid dream. Alright, what should I do first?
Hey Cam, we're wondering if you want to do a collab with, Cam? Hello? Can you hear me?
I think he's asleep.
This is gonna be fun.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dave Pilkey has really improved this season. And I mean really improved. If you were to ask me what I thought of Pilkey the day before season 4 started, I would have said he was the worst writer in the show. Ask me today, and now he's bordering on my all-time favorite writer. And I seem to be swapping favorites faster than a politician this season, because For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils might just be my new favorite episode. So let's go through it. We're introduced to this episode with Sweetie Belle helping Rarity with making dresses, and Rarity does appreciate Sweetie Belle's help, and I think that's great. Sure, this isn't the only time we've seen Rarity and Sweetie Belle being closer since Sisterhood Social, but it's still great. The thing I like so much about seeing the lesson from one episode carry over into another is that not only does it help make the episode better by demonstrating that the characters are learning, it also retroactively makes the episode it got the lesson from better. Each time we see Rarity and Sweetie Belle being close, the lesson in Sisterhood Social just becomes that much more meaningful, and the episode improves because of it. But let's get back to the episode at hand. The exposition in this episode does what any good exposition does and tells us what's going to be happening. Here we learn A, that Rarity has to fill a huge order for Sapphire Shores, remember her from season 1? And B, that Sweetie Belle needs Rarity to fix up some costumes for a play that she and the rest of the CMC are putting on. And if you think that these two stories will be completely separate and in no way collide, then you have a lot to learn. So as it turns out, Rarity completely remakes the dresses for the CMC. Awfully generous of her, considering she was so short on time. And the play is a huge success because of the dresses. And that's exactly the problem, because none of the audience can remember anything about the play apart from the dresses. A lot of the people have said that it's kinda dumb that they can't remember a single line of the play, but really, if the first line is any indication, the whole play is just a bunch of meaningless Shakespearean-sounding garbage.
Sooth and anon, I cometh forthwith and post haste with glad tidings, m'ladies.
It really is pretty forgettable. Anyway, so Sweetie Belle takes this a little personally, and who can blame her? She put emphasis on the fact that she wanted this to be her project, and when the only successful thing about the play happens to be the one thing she didn't do herself, I can understand her jealousy towards Rarity. So Sweetie Belle confronts Rarity about it, and Rarity is, understandably, confused. After all, Rarity had no intention of ever stealing the spotlight from her sister, she was just being generous, 'cause, Rarity, generosity, it's like her thing, this has been the case since the show started. I'm probably just wasting my time by explaining this. So Sweetie Belle, understandably, decides to enact some sort of revenge on Rarity. I've been saying understandably a lot, but really, it's true. When I was little, did I sometimes do terrible and mean things when I was angry, which, in retrospect, were really uncalled for and regrettable? Absolutely. I mean, who hasn't? But that's what I like about the CMC so much. While many of the problems they face may seem obvious from our perspective, looking at them from the perspective of a little kid, they become much more relatable. Simply put, the CMC are, and always have been, very realistically portrayed children characters, which is hard to come across, and I love them for that. So what does Sweetie Belle do for revenge? Why she didn't— oh, look, she's using magic, sorry. So what does she do for revenge? She sabotages the headdress that Rarity made for Sapphire Shores. That will show her. And knowing that she sufficiently ruined one of her sister's most important jobs ever, Sweetie Belle drifts softly off to sleep. Are you keeping up so far? Good, because things are about to get weird as we enter the dream sequence. Anyway, this dream sequence is, I'm trying to think of a more analytical phrase than hella deep, yo, but nothing comes to mind. So let's just dive right into this cerebral voyage and see what we can see. It starts off with an award show that's strikingly similar to the Oscars. Sweetie Belle almost wins an award, but it slips right through her hooves. Literally. Hey, speaking of not winning Oscars, did you know that Leonardo DiCaprio's a brony? Just thought I'd bring that up. Anyway, so now Rarity comes to rain on Sweetie Belle's parade. Literally. But then Luna shows up and dispels the Rarity cloud. And now we see what's going on here. Luna's doing that super cool dream walking thing that she did in Sleepless in Ponyville, and that is awesome. This time, however, Luna takes a bit more of a direct role in Sweetie Belle's dream.
I understand what you're going through, Sweetie Belle. I too have a sister who often shines more brightly than me.
Oh wow, they just tied this together with the relationship between Celestia and Luna. That is impressive. I mean, we already know all there is to know about their relationship, thanks to the massive amounts of fan work surrounding it, but it's always great to see this get immortalized in the canon. So as I was saying, Luna takes a more direct role in... Hang on, let me just get out my official Christmas Carol parody checklist. Let's see. Main character does something bad, check. Dreams, check. Past, present, future, check, check, check. Moral about seeing things from another perspective, yup, it's all there. First, Luna and Sweetie Belle make a stop to the past to get a flashback of Sweetie Belle's 5th birthday party. We see things from Sweetie Belle's perspective first, which makes it seem as if Rarity is stealing the spotlight from Sweetie Belle at her own birthday party. How horrible. But Luna suggests that this may not be the whole story. Perspective switch, and now we see things a bit differently. Rarity wasn't stealing the spotlight, she was just trying to save Sweetie Belle's party. Well, isn't that nice of her? But this does raise a question. How does Luna know about these events? Did she get them from Rarity's dreams? Does Luna have access to every pony's memories? That's a little unsettling. Personally, I think it's more likely that this scene is just a plausible scenario that Luna created in the dream. After all, it doesn't have to be completely accurate to what actually happened, it just needs to show Sweetie Belle that Rarity most likely did not have any bad intentions. So after some more trippy transitions, we wind up in the present. This time seeing Rarity stressing over her order for Sapphire Shores. The same question as to whether or not this is what actually transpired, or if this is just a possible situation, still applies.
Go. Go see what the future holds if you fail to rein in your worst instincts, as I once did.
Oh, look, they did it again! You know, this is a great example of one of the reasons I love this show so much. It doesn't patronize its audience like so many other kids' shows. It makes this allusion to Luna's past, but it doesn't spell it out for you, because people will still get it. Of course, this might just be because I'm about a decade outside of the target demographic of the show, so I tried getting some data from the show's main audience, but apparently you're not allowed to go loitering around a preschool playground asking kids if they want to watch My Little Pony with you, so I guess we'll never know if any of the younger kids are able to get that reference. Now where was I? Oh, right, future. Okay, so while it was questionable before, it's pretty clear here that this future is just a fabrication on Luna's parts designed to scare Sweetie Belle, and damn, it's pretty horrifying. And let me just say, I like what Dave Polsky is doing here. Polsky's trademark wackiness has gone from detracting from the episode, to just being alongside the episode, and now to really improving the story of the episode. This entire dream sequence is something that only Dave Polsky could have done. And when a writer goes from writing good episodes to being unique in a way that no other writer can imitate, that is what makes a good writer into a great writer. And Dave Polsky is a great writer. So after being scared out of her wits, Sweetie Belle wakes up in a cold sweat to find that she's too late to fix everything and that Rarity has already left to Canterlot. I suppose the argument could be made that if Rarity didn't leave and Sweetie Belle just fixed the headdress right there, the lesson would still work. And that does make sense, but while the rest of the episode doesn't really improve the lesson, it greatly improves on the tension. I don't know about you, but I was genuinely tense watching the CMC try to get to Rarity in time before she revealed the headdress. I know that the future we saw earlier was exaggerated, but it must have still gotten to me, because I don't think I've ever felt this much genuine tension in the show before. Or maybe I'm just weird. Anyway, so Sweetie Belle finally gets a hold of the box, runs into Luna, and together they repair the headdress, and all is well. The end. Man, oh man, do I love this episode. If it's not my favorite episode, it's easily my second favorite. Everything about this episode is just so great. The animation goes above and beyond the show's usual, already fantastic quality, and the plot is very well stitched together, with each plot point being referenced earlier in the episode, so nothing feels out of the blue or doesn't make sense. And the lesson is great too. It teaches that sometimes you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and... Hang on.